Now, it's time to unveil the crown jewel, the symbol of excellence, the embodiment of victory, the overall trophy. Let me invite Mr. Atul George and Mr. Sahil Santosh, Chairman of BERCHNOVA 2023, to unveil the trophy.
You smile down on me. To love, to learn, to live. You taught us how to love, and you taught us how to live. Good, you know that is true. All I believe is in you. We are flying high, Love's Academy. To love, to learn, to live. To love, to learn, to live. Together we will grow. Our teacher showed us how. Carry us along with you forevermore. Oh, you taught us how to love, to learn, to live. To love, to learn, to live forever, Lord.
President of the meeting, Very Reverend Dr. James Palagal, Manager, St. Berchmans College and Vicar General of Archdiocese of Changanasheri. Chief guest of the day, Sri M.P. Joseph IAS, former advisor, Government, Labour Reforms and Industrial Relations, in the rank of Additional Chief Secretary, Government of Kerala. Reverend Father Rajiv Kurian, Principal, St. Berchmans College, Director of Berchmans Institute of Management Studies, Dr. Thomas Varghese, Mr. Adul George, Mr. Sahil Santosh, Chairman of BERCHNOVA 23, Vice Principals, Reverend Father Teddy C. Andapai, Dr. Joseph Job, Dr. Anthony Matthews, Bursar of the College, Father Mohan Matthew, faculty members, non-teaching staff, participants from various institutions, members of the media, my dear students, a very good morning to you all. I am honored and pleased to welcome all of you to this 28th edition of BERCHNOVA 2023, Origo, Beyond the Horizon. Right from the beginning of the MBA program here in St. Berchmans College, we have this BERCHNOVA. BERCHNOVA is basically the abbreviation given to Berchmans plus novelty, BERCHNOVA. The very first batch has given this name, and this name continuing even now. This is basically a program by the students, for the students. Here, our students are getting the ability, getting the organizational skills. And meantime, participants are having a platform to perform their talents, show their mettle. Here we are having a win-win situations. Organizers as well as participants, those who are coming in the finals as well as those who are runner-up, everywhere. Everybody is in a win-win situation. There is no kind of losing because we are having a platform here and we are ourselves formatting to a new venture, or whenever we go anywhere, you will be capable of performing well once you go through the process of this Origo. Now, when we talk about these competitions, a story which is coming to my mind is the story which you might have heard a long time back, the story of the hare and tortoise. You know the story. The hare and tortoise were in argument, who is faster. We know that hare is faster, but even then the tortoise is coming for a competition. Tortoise know that he is slow, but even then he is coming for competition. The courage which he has shown is remarkable in that. And we know that the first day itself, the rabbit was overconfident, and after starting the game, he looked back and he saw that the tortoise is not coming. So he thought of taking a rest beneath the tree, and he slept for a while. By that time, when we woke up, he see that the tortoise has won the game. So learning from this story, everybody knows that slow and steady will win the race. So what happened is the hare felt bad. He thought that his overconfidence lead to that problem, and he again challenged the tortoise for another race in the next day. This time the hare consistently thought that he will never give up, and he continuously ran very fast, and he won the game several miles behind. He very quickly defeated the tortoise. So the learning from here again is fast and consistent is always better than slow and steady. So you have to be consistent, meantime you have to be fast. But even then the tortoise thought of why can't we have, she was not ready to failure, and she tried for another competition. The next day she told that we will have another route, and we will go for the race again. So this time the hare started continuously running, and it stopped near to the bank of a river. So the finishing point was on the other side of the river. So the tortoise slowly came and swam across the river and reached the finishing point. Now, here learning from this, that is what we have to understand. The learning from this is that you have to identify your competency, your core competency, and you have to identify the platform. If you are good in finance, then identify the area is your finance. If you are good in marketing, your area is marketing. So this kind of first will definitely help you to identify where your core competency lies. Again, this hare and tortoise together thought about why can't we make the last game together. They become good friends, and they thought of making the last game as little more wonderful. What they have done is, at the beginning, the hare carried the tortoise till the bank of the river, and at the river, the tortoise carried the hare, helped him to cross the river, and then both of them together reached the finishing point. A win-win situation. So here what they have done is they were competing with the environment rather than competing with the rival. So the learning from this is that the sum of the world is greater than the sum of the parts. Sum of the world is greater than sum of the parts. That is team spirit. That team spirit is observed in our organizing this event. Our students, each one is put in the right position as committee heads, and they have shown their mettle. And this program starting now for the next 48 hours, we are having this BERCHNOVA, and you also have to be in a win-win situation. So let me enter into the duty of welcoming the gathering. We have with us the president of the meeting, with our father, Dr. James Palekal, manager, St. Berchmans College and Vicar General of Archdiocese of Changanasheri. Father is closely associated with St. Berchmans College and BEAMS particularly. Father is wholeheartedly agreed to come for this management meet. On behalf of everyone gathered here, I welcome you, Father, to this inaugural ceremony. Chief guest of the day is Sri M.P. Joseph IAS, former advisor to government, labor reforms and industrial relations in the rank of Additional Chief Secretary, Government of Kerala. Mr. M.P. Joseph was inducted to the 1978 batch of IAS serving within Kerala cadre. Notably, he was initially selected for the 1977 batch of the IPS, designated for the Kerala cadre. He commenced his career in the Indian Police Service, where he completed his training at the illustrious Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel National Police Academy in Hyderabad. Mr. Joseph's academic achievements include master's degree in human resource development from prestigious Victoria University, Manchester, United Kingdom, and master's degree in solid state physics from Cochin University of Science and Technology. He is an esteemed alumnus of the Loyola College, Chennai. Mr. Joseph's career included significant appointments such as sub-collector and RDO of the Thrissur district, collector in Ernakulam, general manager at the district education center in Kollam, managing director at Overseas Development and Employee Promotion Consultants in Kerala, cashew special officer for Kerala, and Labour Commissioner for Kerala. Furthermore, he played a pivotal role in establishing the Kerala Headload Workers Welfare Fund Board and served as its CEO, personally overseeing its formation. Apart from that, he has published certain books as well as book chapters recently. On behalf of everyone gathered here, I extend you, sir, a very warm welcome to this inaugural ceremony, BERCHNOVA 2023. Our principal, our Father Rajiv Kurian, is here with us. Father is closely associated with the department for a long period of time. Father has witnessed approximately 20 BERCHNOVAs, I think, in the capacity of student, lecturer, bursar, vice principal, and principal. Under his captainship, the college has celebrated the centenary year. The college undergone autonomy extension visit by UGC and had a NAC peer team visit. Now, Father is preparing the college for facing the challenges of the new educational policy. On behalf of everyone gathered here, I extend you, Father, a very warm welcome. Our director, Dr. Thomas Varghese, is here. Sir is instrumental in organizing this event. Sir was continuously monitoring each and every aspect of this event. In this auspicious occasion, I extend you, sir, a very warm welcome. Mr. Sagal Santosh and Mr. Adul George are student coordinators of BERCHNOVA 2023. They have taken much pain and effort in organizing this event, along with the event heads and the different committee heads. Their efforts are remarkable in making this dream come true. On behalf of everyone gathered here, I extend Mr. Sahil Santosh and Mr. Adul George a very warm welcome. Dr. C.B. Joseph K. and Mr. Dibin K.K. are the faculty coordinators who were instrumental in organizing this mega event. Right from the beginning till now, close supervision was there from the part of the faculty team. I cordially welcome Dr. C.B. Joseph and Mr. Dibin K.K. to this August gathering. Our vice principals, our Father Dr. Teddy Siandapai, Dr. Joseph Job, and Dr. Anthony Matthews, Bursar Father Mohan C. Matthews are here. I welcome all of you to this inaugural ceremony. Faculty members and non-teaching staff of BEAMS, participants from various institutions for BERCHNOVA 23, members of media, judges for various events, sponsors of BERCHNOVA 23, members of alumni, parents, invited guests, all are welcome to this grand ceremony. I welcome all the members of Team BERCHNOVA 23, Origa, including all the students of 28th and 29th batch of MBA. Once again, I welcome all of you to this event, wishing you all the very best. Thank you.
In the realm of leadership, enthusiasm serves as the catalyst for inspiring faith, and achievement demands a steady ascent rather than shortcuts. At this moment, I extend my invitation to Very Reverend Dr. James Palakal, Manager, SB College, for the Presidential Address.
Good morning to all of you. Good morning. Are you all fine? A special word of welcome to all those who have come from various institutions to participate and to get inspired and to be inspired by others. So a hearty welcome to all of you, those who are from outside. Honored Sri MP Joseph IAS, the chief guest of today's program, our beloved and very reverend Father Rajiv P. Kurian, Principal, St. Berchmans College, Dr. Joychan Manuel, Head of the Department, Dr. Thomas Verghese, Director BIMS, and my beloved students who are on the dais. Dear faculty members, teaching, non-teaching members, and all the student body present in this wonderful historic place. I was going through the leaflet that was handed over to me just to get some glimpse, some idea, some clue of what to speak. I was impressed by the adjectives that are being used in this leaflet. Somewhere else I read it. It is to push, to expand, to stretch the horizons of your imagination. So all these adjectives, a priori, they visualize a limit. If you push, there is a limit. You will say pushing beyond the limits, then you'll come to know that. Stretch, there is a limit. So every adjective that are being used has a limitation. But I believe that this BERCHNOVA, the specificity of this BERCHNOVA is to inspire everyone who is present here to go beyond the limits. That is also very true. And this management first, the aim of this management first, as it is rightly pointed out by Sir as a win-win situation. Well, it is oriented, the goal of this, I believe this management first is directed to each and every one who is present here. That it inspires you, that it helps you to understand your horizons, and that it helps you to dream beyond. The inaugural 5-10 minutes beautifully played out. Congratulations to all the organizers. They have done a wonderful job. Hearty congratulations. Well, it epitomizes, it expresses the deep down desire of the human heart to go beyond. That is exactly the definition of a human person. A human person is a transcendental being, and therefore he will cross the natural boundaries which are set by human imagination and human thinking. And therefore, when you use the term to stretch, to expand, to form, to transform, these are words which will help you to know yourself as well as the society in which you live and your specific mission and vision that God has given you in your single life. So my humble wish and expectation is that all those who are participating from the various institutes and institutions and all those who participate, that they come out of themselves. That is very, very important. That you have the confidence before the task that is set before you. If you do not have the confidence, it's not about intellect, it's not merely about skills, but faith in humanity as well as faith in your own self. So that you can understand the other as a human person who owes, who demands respect, love, compassion, and concern. I believe that you are going to be managers. This is a management first. You have programs relating to finance, human resource management, and whatnot. All that is related to your domain of studies. That's wonderful. But we should never forget the fact that we are serving human beings. That is the basis of every business. That is the basis of every service. That would be the unshakable foundation of what you are and who you will be. And therefore, the concern for the human being before you, whether she or he, they deserve respect. And you earn your respect by respecting others. You earn it. You don't buy it from the market. You don't acquire it. I mean, you earn it with your life and with your deeds. So, my dear students, who are those who are present in this historic hall, my wish for you is that let this BERCHNOVA 28th edition of BERCHNOVA inspire you, help you to come out of yourselves, out of the shackles of your thoughts, of your fears, and to present yourself sincerely as a symbol, at the same time as a noble human being, a gentle human being, who is at the service of humanity. And in your field, you will need many things which your teachers have already taught you in the various institutes you are in. You need imagination. You need creative thinking. You need dreams that are feasible and viable. You need a passion. You need audacity. You need the courage to withstand trials and tribulations. To be an entrepreneur, all these you know, these are theories that you are being taught to you. So I believe that the aim of this event, mega event, beautifully arranged for these coming 2 days, would help you, and also the organizers, the organizing. My special congratulations to BIMS and to the students and the faculty as well for arranging such a wonderful program. I believe that it will help all concerned, as Sir put it, as a win-win situation, to bring good to humanity. We know there is a lot of pain, there is a lot of suffering, the very moment I am speaking to you. Not far off, not very far off. I am not going into the why of these, why this, because, well, we have war outside because war has not started outside. First, it starts in the human mind. And therefore, we need to purify our minds to be a great manager, to be a good entrepreneur, and to be a good, noble human being, which is a sine qua non for every action that you do. So, may God bless you, that you, as very young people with energy, with enthusiasm, with vision for life, with the dreams, may God help you to bring to fruition all your desires. Never forget, you achieve through something, through sweat and blood. Not by blah, 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 blah. You achieve something through hard work, determination, grit, commitment, dedication. May God bless you to have a very fruitful 2 days here at St. Berchmans College. Thank you.
It is with great honor and respect that we welcome our esteemed principal, Father Reggie P. Kurian, as we eagerly await the commencement of the principal's address.
Very Reverend Dr. James Palekal, Manager, St. Berchmans College and Vicar General of the Archdiocese of Changanasheri, Sri M.P. Joseph IAS, the chief guest of this day, Dr. Thomas Varghese, Director, BIMS, Dr. Joychen Manuel, Head of the Department, Management Studies, Mr. Atul George and Sahil Sandosh, Chairman, BERCHNOVA 2023 or 28th edition, respected dignitaries of the dais, respected teachers, participants from various institutions, and my dear loving students. So, the title given to this year's BERCHNOVA, given as Origo, that is Beyond Horizon. Yes, this is an occasion to transform your knowledge beyond or go beyond the curriculum. So, these 2 days, you are really celebrating the knowledge and the things you have learned from classes to practical sessions. Major thing to remember on this management first is that you all know our nation is marching very fast to a greater economic development, you know it. And another major thing is that ours is the largest populous nation. And another major thing is that our nation has the highest number of youth, the largest number of youth in the world. Also, another significant thing is that you all know that there is a shift, that is, we are all aware that the factory of the world, China is known as the factory of the world, but there is a shift in that idea also. So, as future managers or the generation to control all the development or to participate in all the development activities of our nation, you are here to experience or to go beyond your curriculum and to have a special occasion to experience what you have learned from the classes. I really congratulate the team BERCHNOVA 2023, the chairman and the teacher coordinators and the entire team of BIMS. So, I also wish all the dear participants to explore the maximum you can and attain or reach, or as our team said itself, to find out the shining stars who are here, or and to recognize them in the very best way as we can. So I wish all the best to BERCHNOVA 2023 and have great sessions here in this BERCHNOVA 2023. I remain. Thank you.
Achievers do not expose themselves. Their achievements speak for them. It is an honor to introduce our esteemed guest this morning, Mr. M.P. Joseph. Mr. Joseph has concluded a distinguished tenure as an advisor to the government, where he specialized in labor reforms and industrial relations, attaining the prestigious rank of Additional Chief Secretary in the Kerala government. His literary works and scholarly contributions includes the publication of the book My Driver to Long and Other Tall Tales from a Post-Pol Pot Contemporary Cambodia, and his recent Malayalam book Trikkaripur Chorapurunda Kadagal Parayumbol, or IAS-കാരന്റെ election selfie. Additionally, he has authored a chapter on Indian Christianity within the volume titled Eastern Christianity and Politics in the 21st Century, which was published by the renowned Routledge Publications in London, UK. His most recent endeavor is a coffee table book entitled Nasranis, the Syrian Christians of Kerala, which offers a comprehensive exploration of the history, churches, culture, and cuisine of the Syrian Christians of Kerala, catering to the Malayali diaspora across India and the world. We are honored to have him with us today. It is now my distinct privilege to invite Mr. M.P. Joseph to deliver the inaugural address.
The chairperson of today's inaugural session, Very Reverend Dr. James Palakil, who is manager of the SB College and the Vicar General of the Archdiocese of Chaganasheri. Also, Reverend Father Reggie P. Kurian, your principal of SB College. Dr. Thomas Verghese, director of the Berchmans Institute of Management Studies here in SB College. The welcome address, Dr. Joy H. Manuel, head of the department, and the two youngsters here, Mr. Atul George, chairman of BERCHNOVA 23, and if I remember your name right, Santosh. Sahil, okay. And as well as faculty members of the Berchmans Institute of Management Studies, which is part of the St. Berchmans College. The students, I believe there are about 300 of you, of the Berchmans Institute of Management Studies. Students from about 32 different colleges within and outside Kerala. Ladies and gentlemen, Asha Fen, my colleague who is sitting in front of me, and I forget your name, the lady from Juby Rich, who I think is co-sponsoring this event. It's a pleasure to be here this morning at the St. Berchmans College, at the Berchmans Institute of Management Studies. And it's an honor to be asked to inaugurate such an important event as the 28th edition of BERCHNOVA. BERCHNOVA, as Joyachan informed us, means novelty. But after seeing all your lovely high-tech graphics here, I think BERCHNOVA should really mean something like a supernova that burns so bright. The brilliance of the supernova is what it is all about. It's wonderful to be here. I was amazed initially at this huge auditorium built 50 years ago. Imagine 50 years ago somebody building an auditorium like this with the state-of-art facilities. And when I say state-of-art, I mean state-of-art today. And then this brilliant, as I already described, the high-tech sort of welcome we all received, explaining what BERCHNOVA 28 is all about. I'm delighted, therefore, to be here this morning, delighted to be with you, young people. Young people makes me feel very young. I'm not telling you my age. It's always a pleasure to be, I think this is the second time I'm coming here to St. Berchmans College, which is, I don't have to repeat it, one of the oldest centers of learning in Kerala. You know it, I know it. It's 101 years old. Imagine 100 years ago, someone thinking of an institution like this and having that ability to set it up. 100 years ago in 1923 or 1922, to be able to set up an institution like this was thinking far beyond the boundaries that Father Palakil spoke to you about. It was beyond stretching. It was thinking beyond the times. I think we must congratulate the Archdiocese of Chaganasheri, all the archbishops, including Archbishop Kavakad, in whose memory this hall has been built, and everybody else for this amazing long-term thought process that they have. And when I say that, you must also remember, it's very difficult to set up an institution, but it's so much more difficult to sustain an institution over a 100-year period. So many institutions are set up, they fall by the wayside, they are not remembered, but to have something going like this for 101 years shows an amazing tenacity of purpose, the need to educate our youngsters. Again, I think the Archdiocese of Chaganasheri deserves a huge round of applause for what they have been doing to all of us. If I made a rough calculation before coming here. If on an average 1,000 students passed through the portals of St. Berchmans College over the last 100 years, over 100,000 youngsters have been educated in this institute at a minimum count. From 1922 onwards till today, over 1 lakh of students have passed through this institution. They've changed their lives. They've changed their families' lives. They've changed the town and the city and the village they were from. They've changed Kerala. They've changed India. They've changed the world. So it's an amazing legacy that this college has given to us. And I can only stand here humbly and say congratulations to the Archdiocese. And imagine in 1994, isn't it? This 95. Imagine setting up a management institute in 1995. Nobody thought of management then. Certainly not in Kerala. That was a time when profits, if you made profits, then you were a villain. When management was looked upon, I was a labor commissioner in Kerala for 6 years. And I know, if you talk with the management, it was like talking of the devil. Management was seen as evil. At that time, to set up an institute like this in 1995 and have it going again shows a tremendous vision and the ability to transform, as they said, that thought into action. You can always have vision, you can always have great thoughts, I land on the moon, but the ability to transform that thought, that idea into action is what it is all about. So I must here mention a mentor of mine. I think I'll be doing a great disservice if I don't mention that name, Archbishop Mar Pavatel, who died recently. He was a mentor of mine. He showed me the way in many factors. In fact, he showed me the way as the person who introduced me pointed out, I stood for elections in 2021 for assembly. He's the one who was a mentor to me in my political career. And I think he surely needs a round of applause. I don't know how many of you know him. He was a great soul. And then, of course, the present Archbishop Mar Joseph Peruntotam and his auxiliary bishop, Thomas Thariel. I must mention them here. So I must say that you students are extremely fortunate to be studying here. It's a blessing that you have received, a blessing in many ways. Congratulations to all the students, all of those who are studying here, and also to all the students from those 32 colleges who have come here to participate in this 2-day BERCHNOVA festival. All the best to you. I believe this festival has been conceptualized by students, all of you yourself, planned by you, it's being executed by you professionally, like very good managers. You created the architecture for this supernova, not supernova, it is supernova, the BERCHNOVA, which is really a supernova, and you have executed the fest yourself. It helps you hone your organizational talents. What you learn from the books is one thing, you should learn from the books, that's extremely important. But what you learn in doing things with your hand, by turning thoughts into action, as she said, is what makes you a real good manager. So, congratulations to the organizers, a wonderful start, well begun is half done. As they say, you've begun extremely well. And today, I believe over the next 2 days, you'll have a lot of competitions, best manager, best management team, business quiz, and in areas of marketing, finance, and so on. Congratulations to all of you who are participating. One or two of you may win, but I think the participation is really what's really important. So congratulations to all of you, and in advance, let me also congratulate the winners. It is as the Joyachan who said in the beginning, winning and losing can be very different. First, the tortoise won, then the hare won, and then both of them won. So winning and losing is always there. But I'm amazed at the number of participants, the number of colleges that is participating in it. So thank you very much again for inviting me. I must thank the chairperson, I must thank the principal and others for inviting me today to this inauguration. The world of management has been changing constantly. And I think if you look at the recent times, the world of management has really changed after COVID or during COVID. During COVID, COVID was certainly a very bad time. It brought down the economies of the world. But today, as Father Manager said, the economies are booming. Indian economy is booming. The world economy is booming, and I hope the Israeli-Hamas conflict does not stand in the way of that growth. But today it is booming. And I think COVID had a little to do with it. Though COVID, we lost so many lives, COVID was the time when we, in a way, though we sat at home, we saw the world. Online, we saw the world through our smartphones, we saw the world through online and other portals. So though we were sitting in our homes and we didn't go to colleges and others, it enabled us through the phone to be able to see what the world, how the other half lived, how students in Western universities learned. Learning, the concept of learning itself changed. And the world itself changed. Management changed, industries changed, commerce changed, business changed. And it is that new world where things are booming, a very competitive world that you're going to be entering as managers. It won't be an easy world at all. It'll be a completely different business environment that you'll be meeting in future. Many of the things that we saw in the past will disappear. Models of jobs will change. Models of workplaces will change. It's already changing. Models of how businesses are built up have changed and will change. So these are things which, in a way, we and you and none of us are prepared for. Changes are occurring so fast, and nobody can really predict these changes. The workplace will change, business models will change, the future of employment will change, the types of contracts that you get will also change. It will no longer be like I joined the IAS in 78, and then if you don't make major blunders, you retire when you're 60. Now, that sort of a model of employment where you enter through a PSC or others and end your career when you reach 60, that's going to change. It's going to be based on your abilities, based on how much you perform, how much you deliver. It is not going to be, okay, you are here till you retire sort of employment contracts. It's going to be 1-year contracts, 2-year contracts, 3-year contracts. Contracts without limit of term till you retire is going to disappear. So it's going to be a new employment culture that you are entering. And in all this, the most important part of your learning will be to adapt to changes. You should be flexible. You should be able to adapt to change. As Reverend Father Palakel said, you need to be agile. You should be able to change your thinking, change your way you understand things, change the way you deliver things. So that will be very, very important. You have to be able to adapt in this new management world. You have to be able to be very agile, changing from one model to the other as you find things going differently. You have to be, I think Father said that, you got to be audacious. In fact, Father said, I think he said everything that was to be said, and many of the things I'm saying here is merely a repetition of what he said. You got to be audacious. You got to go beyond those boundaries that he spoke about. And therefore, it is very important to understand that this is a changing world. And you've seen many of these changes yourself. Things like, work from home were things which we never heard about in earlier times. But that's just the beginning. That's only the tip of the iceberg, if I may put it that way. Jobs will change. Many of the jobs that I was used to no longer exist. Many jobs that you know today, software development, journalism, media management, will change because new technologies are coming which are changing these things considerably. So jobs will change. In my time, and Father will vouch for what I'm saying, we had a lot of cashiers in a bank. I started my career, which I think it was not mentioned here. I actually started my career as a probationary officer in the State Bank of India. And it was huge buildings then with 100, 200 staff, with 30 cashiers. You don't see cashiers in banks anymore. They're all replaced by ATMs. You don't see typists in offices anymore. We are all typists. When I was first joined the government, there was a pool of typists, 25 typists in the secretariat, 30 typists in my collector's office in Ernakulam. They did the typing. Today, we all do the typing. Everybody, young and old, do the typing. No stenographers. I'm sure many of you won't even know what the word stenographer means. Stenographer is, I'm writing a letter, I dictate it to somebody, he or she writes it in small hand, shorthand, and types it and brings to me. No stenographers today. There are no computer operators today. When computers first came, we had operators for computers. Today, we are all computer operators. We are smartphone operators. We don't have peons, clerks will die out. We had data entry operators. Somebody to enter data into a computer. So stupid now, isn't it, when we think about it? Why do you need persons dedicated to only entering data in a computer? And then, I don't know whether you know how, Telegram today for you is a completely different thing. In my time, Telegram means sending a message across India or across the world when somebody is seriously ill. Today, Telegram is something like WhatsApp. Meanings of words are changing. There are no telegraphs today. And even telephone operators, we had loads of telephone operators those days. That's also changing. So jobs will change. Many jobs will disappear. And they have disappeared in the past, they'll disappear in the future. New jobs will come up. The whole technology is changing the way you will have to manage. Today, tomorrow, today I think it has already begun 3D printing. You don't, sofas and chairs can be built through 3D printers. It's happening in all across the world. It's happening in India. It's happening even in Trivandrum. A friend of mine, young friend of mine, slightly older than you, has a 3D printing unit where he prints out furniture and things. You will have 3D printed cars, trains, planes, possible. So, new technologies are changing things. And you've heard about fintech, which I don't have to tell you. You've heard about blockchain technologies. Banking, the bank I joined way back many years ago, I'm not telling you the years, is very different from banking today. You walk into a bank, you hardly see 5 or 6 staff members. In my time, there was 100, 200 staff members in big branches. So banks are changing. Fintech technology is replacing it. Blockchain might completely do away with banking altogether. You don't require a bank. If I want to transfer 1,000 rupees to you, I don't require an intermediary called a bank to transfer it. Now I have to transfer it to, my bank is transferring it to you. But we don't require that intermediaries in future. So technology is changing. And now ChatGPT, you would have heard about it. That's changing a lot of jobs. A ChatGPT can write a beautiful article for me on whatever topic I choose to. So you won't need people writing huge articles in newspapers. You won't need maybe journalism will die. You never know. But the only thing I can tell you is that, and then of course today we have driverless cars. Tomorrow you'll have driverless trains, you'll have driverless planes, and so on, or pilotless planes and so on. The point I'm trying to say is that the world of work, the world of jobs is changing considerably, and you will have, therefore, to be prepared for these changes. That's very important. Agility, adaptiveness, a bit of audaciousness, stretching beyond the boundaries, as Father said. That's what is more important. Business models are changing. Uberization. Uber has changed the way we organize business. Uber, as you know, has very little fixed assets of their own. They don't even have staff. But the millions of people who drive the Uber are on a platform which they have built. So you have this platform work where you have a car, you join Uber, and then you can work at your pleasure. You get money from them. The Uberization model, where you don't have a huge head office with thousands of staff, that's changed. And along with that, I'm sure other changes will come. Some words which I'm trying to sort of, develop, create myself, maybe wrong. There's also going to be the Uberization brings you to what I would call the Zomatization of business. I'll come to that later. But today we have, you buy many of your things not from a store. You buy many of your things online, your shoes, your dress, your watch. So many things are bought online. That is like, you buy it from Amazon, you buy it from Flipkart, and so on. That's called, to my mind, the Amazonization of work. Everything is bought online. So the huge malls and the shops that we see, including Lulu Mall, might disappear in the future. 20 years from now, you may have no malls because everybody is buying online. And people are confident. Even today, I'm not very confident about buying online, but all of you buy online. So 20 years from now, you might not have huge brick and mortar malls at all. They will be you will be purchasing things online. And similarly, I dare to say that most of the food that we buy will be through Zomato and other such apps. I might even, the future, you will have architects building homes without kitchen. We are so used to having a kitchen in our homes. In future, you may have no kitchen, but for what is the use? A couple of micro ovens would do the work. You buy things, you heat it, you eat it. So the world, everything is changing, including kitchen might disappear. So this is why you should be able to adapt to changes, and it's very important that you are able to do it. Gig work, for example, you must have heard about it. Gig work is you are a plumber, and you get a 2-hour job, and then in 2 hours you make 1,000 rupees, then you sit at home, you get another call, you go again. You could be a driver who is called for work. It is not a full-time 8 to 5 work, 9 to 5 work. That's gig work. Platform work, you already know, is what Uber is all about. So things are changing is exactly what is what I want to say. And in this, apart from the technical knowledge that the university, that the BMIS provides for you, you must remember that you got to develop a lot of your own skills. You need social skills, because in this new world, your social skills are very important. You should be able to relate to people. You should be able to conduct. I mean, interview is not only for a job. Interview is when you go to a home to do some a thing, or when you have a consultancy. That is also interviews. You're going to face a lot of interviews in your future life, not only for jobs. You need to develop interpersonal skills. You need to write developing skills. ChatGPT will help you. You also need to be able to develop good etiquette and manners. Good manners give you better jobs. Good etiquette gives you better jobs. So manners, etiquette, controlling your body language is very important. Your body language is important. From one look at you, I can say whether you're angry or sad or surprised. Conversation skills. To be able to converse with somebody who is your client and to impress him or her in 10 minutes time, 5 minutes time. Maybe you'll get only 3 minutes time to impress him or her. You should be able to use that 2 minutes to your advantage, including, I would dare say, dining skills. When you're with your boss and having a lunch, how do you dine? What do you do? What are the things you do and should not do? Do you slurp? How do you eat your meat? How do you eat your biryani? These are all very important in the future. So social skills are very important. You should be prepared for this change. I don't know how much time I have. I'll take 10 minutes more, because I think I should also dwell. So all this is something that you learn yourself. All this is something the college will teach you, the institute will teach you. And it's very important, because you should understand these things. It's what makes you stand out amongst managers. If somebody is going to you need to stand out. It's a very competitive world. So when you need to stand out, you should have these skills that I mentioned: social skills, interview skills, dining skills, writing skills, all the ones I described earlier. So those are very important, and I kept talking about change. There's so much of change happening, and should be prepared for that change. Adapt, be agile, be a bit bold, that's what is important. But amongst all this, I'll conclude by taking another 8 or 10 minutes by telling you, I think Asha has heard me many times, but I think it's important to repeat that. In all this change that's happening at pace that we can't even think about, there are some things which do not change at all. There are some things which are very constant. They don't change. They have not changed for 1,000 years, for 2,000 years, for 3,000 years. They will not change in the next 1,000 years. They'll certainly not change in your lifetime. They'll not change in your children's lifetime, in your grandchildren's. They won't change for 1,000 years. And therefore, you should be prepared for that changeless part of your life, changeless part of your management thoughts as well. And what are these? I think Father gave a hint to it. The first is, whatever you do, in any work you do as a manager, as an entrepreneur, as a startup, as a consultant, as whatever, there's some things very important: truth and integrity. Whatever you do, remember, in 1,000 years, the importance of truth and integrity, doing things honestly, saying things truthfully, doing things with integrity. There'll be a lot of temptations you will have. Temptation to cut corners, to make immediate gains, to get 2,000 rupees more by not stating something which you should have stated. Suppresso is suggesting falsehood. So it's very important for you to understand that you got to be truthful in it. Otherwise, you will come to grief. You will be caught. Justice in India grinds slowly, but it grinds fine, they say. You know how many people I'm sure they are teaching you about Vijay Mallya and Kingfisher, about Harshad Mehta, Satyam Computers, they are teaching you about Global Trust Bank, they are teaching you about Nirav Modi and many others. People who thought they can cut corners, make a quick buck. You cannot make a quick buck. Whether it's business or your personal life, you cut corners, you will be caught, you will go to jail. Remember that. Whether you go to jail or not, you will certainly be caught. Latest, of course, is Lalit Modi, Chandana Kochhar. Then the list is endless. So remember, don't cut corners. What comes easy, goes easy. It's like the flood. Floods come fast, but they go fast. If you earn money the wrong way, if you get a promotion the wrong way, if you pass an exam the wrong way, If you do business the wrong way, you will be caught. And you will be caught when you are at the top position, when you are a CEO, when you are a COO, when you are the chairman, when you are at the pinnacle of your profession. That's when you will be caught. So remember that it's very important to be honest, to be trustworthy in everything you do, whether it's business, whether it's your personal life, whatever. Second, trust. Trust is important in business. You give a word, stick to the word. Even if it means a loss for you, stick to the word. If you say, I'll deliver this at 10 o'clock tomorrow, deliver it at 10 o'clock tomorrow. That's very important. Trust. That's how you build trust. If you say you will repay a loan on the 30th of June, you repay a loan on the 30th of June. No compromises. Trust in management, trust in business is very important. You must keep your word. Without that, the moment they lose trust in you, then everything is lost. It's also very important, as I said earlier, for you to communicate very well. Non-verbal communication. I'm sure they're teaching it to you. It's very important to do that. And in business, when I speak of trust, and when I speak especially about keeping your word, automatically it means punctuality. If you say you will deliver something at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, it's very important to be punctual. A minute lost is a minute lost always. So punctuality is very important. If you go late for something, it is not your time that's being wasted. It's his time, her time. Remember that. So it's very important to be punctual for your non-verbal communication, to be trustworthy, to be honest. These are very important. People are looking at their watches, so I'll quickly conclude. One more thing. It's very important to know that your life is not going to be one long happy journey. There'll be failures. There will be failures in it. There's been failures in everybody's life. I stood for the elections and lost badly. But every failure is a stepping stone to the next level. I'm not going to sit still. I'm going to stand for the next elections and the next and the next. So failures will be there. Don't be disappointed with failures. In your personal life, in your official life, in your career life, don't be disappointed with failures. Oh, he doesn't love me, so they're going to commit suicide. She didn't speak to me, so I think my life is at an end. I failed in this exam. I didn't pass that interview. Failures are part of life. Everybody has failed. I'm sure everybody sitting here, everybody sitting in the dais, everyone has failed. So meet failures head on. Look failures in the eye and say, look, I lost this time, I'm going to win next time. That's how people have made it. Everybody has made it. I'm not quite sure that Abraham Lincoln failed twice. Lost election 12 times before he became the president of the US. So it's very important. I'll conclude with something again that Father has said. I'll just put it in different ways. Aim very high. Don't let borders stop you. Aim for the stars. You'll certainly reach the moon. If you aim for the moon, you may not leave the earth. Aim for the stars. You'll reach the moon. It's very important. Your ambition is very important. And if I remember a quote which I studied long ago, I think it's from Robert Browning, correct me English literature students, in his poem Andrea del Sarto. It goes something like this. Your reach, where you can reach standing on your tiptoe, should exceed your grasp. You can grasp something here, but your reach can be much more. Ambition, positive ambition. That's very important. And so you reach that need to try and break boundaries. That's extremely important. Your reach should exceed your grasp. And the poem says your reach should exceed your grasp, or what is heaven for? Heaven is that ambition which will take you forward. I'll conclude here. People are leaving. So let me stop here and finally say that in all this, there is one other element which you cannot really, really forget. I think Father said that, so I'm in a way repeating what he said. People talk of smart work and they say S is this, M is that, A is this. There's only one smart work, and that's hard work. You work hard, you may lose now, you may lose tomorrow, but in the end, you will win. You will reach much beyond the stars if you aim for the stars, much beyond the moon if you aim for the moon. So thank you very much for listening to me. It's a pleasure being here, seeing these young faces. I'm sure this is going to be a great BERCHFest or BERCHNOVA, the 28th edition of this. I'm sure it's going to be a great success. The success of BERCHNOVA is also means success to each of you. I wish you success in your life. I'm sure you will all succeed like the 1 lakh St. Berchmans who passed out of this institution before you did. They have changed their lives, the lives of their families, their lives of their children, their grandchildren. They have changed their village, their town, their city. They've changed Kerala, they've changed India, they've changed the world. Go out. Ladies and gentlemen, students, go out and change the world. Wish you all the best. May God's blessings be upon you. One last word. When you succeed all this, don't think it's all because of your merit. There's a word from the Bible that comes to me. Not by my merit, but by His grace. If I got the IAS, if I got the IPS, if I'm here and talking to you today, it's not because of my merit. Who gave me my merit? It's His grace. So remember that when you reach the pinnacle of your profession, remember that it's not your doing, but by His grace. Thank you for listening to me so well. Wish you all the very best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. In the spirit of shared illumination, the radiance of a candle remains undiminished as it ignites another. Let me request Mr. M.P. Joseph, our guest of honor, to symbolically illuminate the lamp, marking the inauguration of BERCHNOVA 2023, the National Level Management Fest, sponsored by Jubairich Consultancy Private Limited and co-sponsored by Topple Jewelers and CSB Bank. Furthermore, I humbly request the esteemed faculty coordinators, Dr. Sibi Joseph K. and Mr. Dibin KK to join us on stage, along with the dedicated chairman, Mr. Adul George and Mr. Sahil Sandosh.
The mark of exceptional leaders lies not in their power, but in their ability to empower others. BIMS is indeed privileged to be led by a person of immense influence and a cheerful disposition as our guide and mentor. With great warmth and respect, I extend my invitation to Dr. Thomas Verghese, Director of BIMS, to address our esteemed audience.
Respected President of the function, Dr. James Palakal, Chief Guest of the Day, Sri M.P. Joseph IAS, dignitaries, faculty colleagues and my dear students. After listening to the eloquent message by our chief guest, thinking about the speech or message by Peter Drucker 20 years back, that in 30 years universities will become irrelevant and will fade away. Looking at the technology and development in the artificial intelligence field, I am worried. What should we teach our students? Managerial skills or something different? As Sir says, if the office is going to become humanless, the manager is going to sit in an office where nobody else is there, only machines are there. If the factory is going to be there without people, only robots are working. What skills should we build in our people? Should it be the ability to manage robots? Should it be the ability to manage the machinery in your office? Run the software or managing people? What is the relevance of interpersonal skills? It's very, very shocking, threatening for us as teachers of management. We need to rework possibly the way we teach. Equip ourselves to deal with a situation where the workplace is totally going to be different. Manless banks. The manager will come, maybe see all the machines are in place, and he goes back, maybe run it from his house. Where will all the workforce be? Point to think about. With 600 plus students in front of me, who are going to be managers of future, possibly we need to identify the areas of the workplace, because there is a book published by the British government on workplace in 2030. It talks about radical changes in the workplace. So start thinking. From time immemorial, man has been worried and concerned about the universe, the beginning of the world. 2000 years ago, Ptolemy studied about the universe, and he was the one person who identified the concept, the constellation called Auriga. So Auriga is a satellite, a constellation where major stars are there. When the event was considered, a theme for that was considered. Students came up with the beyond the horizons. The topic has already been discussed. Beyond horizon, expanding our thinking, expanding our visions, and expanding our imaginations. This is what we are supposed to do. Capella, or most of the names of the stars in that are Greek words. Psi is there, sigma is there, beta is there, because of the Greek connection with that. So the event when you are sitting for the management fest at SB College, BERCHNOVA, for the students who are in this campus as well as from outside campus, it's a time to reflect upon new challenges, new horizons. Industry looking at new ways of doing things. We are searching for blue oceans. So, equip ourselves. Do not plan for working this year or the next year. Plan for working 20 years from now. Build the skills and competencies for that. When you come here, compete in different areas, different events. You get opportunity to meet with other people. Learn to understand how other people do things better. Gain knowledge from that, insights from that. Carry home with you new ideas, new ways of things. You will go home earning new friends. Some of the friendships that may last your lifetime. You are here to give and to take. So therefore, since there is a very serious concern of time, I would like to conclude with this small message. Whether it's the best manager or the marketing, HR, finance games, where you are going to apply what you have learned in the classrooms. The theory is being applied. Build the skills. And with one small line, I'll close. Grantham karathil undayal madivara. Chandathil artham grahiche madivaru. Shastram grahichadu kondu phalam vara. Shastroktam ajarichale phalam varu. Having a book in your hand, you don't gain knowledge. You need to read and understand that. Learning science is of no value unless you practice that. Management is a science. Learn that, practice that, and be good managers. Thank you. Wish you good luck.
BIMS was delighted to have Mr. MP Joseph with us today, requesting Very Reverend Dr. James Palakil, Manager SB College, to present the memento to our honorable guest as a token of gratitude. They say the miracle of gratitude has the power to transform the world we perceive. And today, we stand here truly grateful. The unwavering commitment and dedication of our team have yielded remarkable results. I now have the pleasure of inviting Mr. Adul George, the Chairman BERCHNOVA 2023, to express our heartfelt gratitude.
A very good morning to all. Yeah, it will be soon good afternoon. So, still a very good morning. As I stand before you today, my heart swells with profound gratitude, not only towards each of you, but also towards the divine providence that has granted us the privilege to gather for this remarkable inaugural function of BERCHNOVA 23, the national level management fest organized by Berchmans Institute of Management Studies, Changanasheri. Very Reverend Dr. James Palakal, manager of SB College and Vicar General, Archdiocese Changanasheri, your care and affection for BEAMS, especially towards our student activities, is commendable. We express our heartfelt gratitude for your insightful words and blessings on this occasion. In the presence of our esteemed chief guest, Sri M.P. Joseph IAS, I am deeply moved by the wealth of wisdom and experience that he has generously shared with us. We sincerely thank you, sir, for your valuable presence. Reverend Father Rajiv Kurian, Principal SB College, our guiding light leads the students towards the next level of academic excellence and human well-being. We extend our thanks to you, Father, for your valuable presence and unwavering support. Dr. Thomas Varghese, Director of BEAMS, we take pride in having an enthusiastic and determined leader like you. We express our deepest gratitude for being a model and guiding us throughout. Thank you, sir. Dr. Joyce Manuel, Head of the Department, BEAMS, has never wavered in ensuring that the students excel not only in academics, but also in gaining a broader knowledge and real-world insights. We thank you, sir, for being with us every step of the way during this BERCHNOVA journey. Mr. Sahil Santosh, Co-Chairman, BERCHNOVA 2023, this achievement wouldn't have been possible without your unwavering support. Thank you, Sahil, for standing beside me in all endeavors. To the faculty coordinators of BERCHNOVA 23, Dr. C.B. Joseph and Mr. Dibin Keke, we extend our heartfelt gratitude for standing by us right from the inception. I would also like to extend my gratitude to Dr. Chris Abraham, SF Coordinator, for being with us. Thank you, sir. I would also extend my gratitude to all the faculty members of BEAMS for being with from us from the very initial stage of the preparation of BERCHNOVA 23. We thank you all. I would also like to extend my gratitude to all the non-teaching staff for their seamless support. A heartfelt thank you to our valued partners, Juby Rich Consultancy and Josmin ma'am and their dedicated team over here. To the participants who have traveled from various institutes in and outside the state to be a part of this fest, I commend your enthusiasm and spirit, welcoming you all to this management fest. Last, but certainly not the least, I wish to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the true backbone of this event, the students of BEAMS, 28th and 29th batches. Your relentless dedication, boundless creativity, and unwavering commitment have been the driving force behind the conduct of BERCHNOVA 23. Together, we have planned an event that will be etched in our memories for years to come. May we continue to be blessed with such opportunities. Thank you all once again, and may God's grace continue to shine upon us. Thank you.